أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا وبه نستعين وما توفيقي إلا بالله عليه توكلت إليه أنيب أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. All thanks and glorifications are due to Allah. We thank Him for His blessings, for His guidance, for the guidance to Islam. We thank Him for the opportunity He has given us today to be gathered in this masjid of Federal University of Technology, Mina. Today, the 14th of Ramadan, 1446 years after the Hijrah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which is equivalent to 14th of March 2025, to take lessons from the verses of the glorious Quran. We are in Surah Al-A'raf. Surah Al-A'raf, that is chapter 7 of the glorious Quran. Last we stopped at verse 42. Inshallah, today we will start from verse 43. Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ونزعنا ما في صدورهم من غل تجري من تحتهم الأنهار وقالوا الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله لقد جاءت رسل ربنا بالحق ونودوا أن تلكم الجنة أورثتموها بما كنتم تعملون.
Allah Ta'ala said, وَنَزَعْنَا مَا فِي صُدُورِهِم مِّنْ غِلٍّ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ وَقَالُوا الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ الَّذِي هَدَانَا لِهَذَا وَمَا كُنَّا لِنَهْتَدِيَ لَوْلَا أَنْ هَدَانَا اللَّهُ لَقَدْ جَاءَتْ رُسُلُ رَبِّنَا بِالْحَقِّ وَنُودُوا أَن تِلْكُمُ الْجَنَّةُ أُورِثْتُمُوهَا بِمَا كُنتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. Now Allah Ta'ala told us there are two houses, two places of dwellings after death. Imma Jannah or Imma An-Nar. Either paradise, a garden of enjoyment, or hellfire, a place of torment. May Allah Ta'ala guide us to straight path. In this dunya, you see, enjoyment is not permanent. Suffering is also not permanent. In this dunya, you have the opportunity of using the opportunity of enjoyment to earn the everlasting enjoyment. You have the opportunity of using challenges and sufferings in this dunya to also have permanent place of peace. You can also use the enjoyment in this dunya to earn the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or you can also use the challenges and problems of this dunya to earn the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To some people that are blessed, is it money, is it resources, is it knowledge, is it influence? They can use that and then they earn the blessings of Allah and get admitted into Jannah. And that's why Rasulullah, while discussing about the people that will be under the shade of Allah, on the day when there is no any other shade or shelter or comfort other than that of Allah, He says, Sab'atun yuzilluhum Allah fi zillihi yawma la zilla illa zilluh. 7 people that will be under the comfort zone of Allah. They will be in the state of peace and rest, where there is no any other place other than that. I also say, Imamun Adilun, a leader who is just. So a leader can use leadership position to earn a high grade with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The same thing among those people that will be terribly punished on the day of Al-Qiyamah is a leader who is unjust. That will be tied on the day of Al-Qiyamah, only his justice will untie him. Again, a rich person that uses his resources wisely to invest in giving out fi sabilillah, in assisting the cause of Allah, caring for others, appreciating Allah, can use that money to earn everlasting peace. For the person who used his resources in this dunya to promote evil, immoralities, and spend it in a way and manner that is causing problem to people, that money or resources would earn him the anger of Allah. The same thing to someone who is faced with challenges of life, maybe poverty, maybe lack of this and lack of that. That state of lacking and problem can earn him an enjoyment with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Jannah. If he is patient, he perseveres, and that did not stop him from doing good things. The same thing, the person who is poor and lacking a lot of resources, that his position can earn him the anger of Allah if he is displeased with Allah. And that's why when Tafsir was talking about among the people that will be under the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-mustakbirun a'ilun, someone who is poor but is arrogant. If you see the other person, you begin to condemn the other person because he has money, he has this. So what we are saying here is that in this dunya, anything you are giving, you can use it to earn the pleasure of Allah, but it's not permanent. But after death in Akhirah, whatever that is there, if it is torment and punishment, is pure torment and punishment. And if it is enjoyment, it's pure enjoyment. So you can say in this dunya, there is enjoyment, there is suffering, and the mixture of the two. In Akhirah, you have pure enjoyment or pure suffering. May Allah assist us. So Allah is telling us, at a verse before this, وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَا نُكَلِّفُ نَفْسًا إِلَّا وُسْعَهَا أُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ الْجَنَّةِ هُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. Those people who believe and do righteous deeds, although it must be considered that Allah will not overburden a soul beyond its power, so those who believe and do righteous deeds, they will be admitted into Jannah and they will abide there forever. If they get admitted into Jannah, there is a disease in the heart of people, in the mind of people, in the conscience of people that is denying them enjoyment in this dunya. As we are living in this dunya, there is a disease that is making life difficult for us. It's not about the resources you have. It's not about what you do not have. But it is that disease. And that disease is the disease of envy, the disease of ill feelings, the disease of anger, the disease of hatred. These diseases in the midst of people, whether they have money or they don't have money, it doesn't allow them to have peace of mind. And that is why Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was reported to have said in one of his statements that in the mind and the heart there is mudugah. There is a kind of a portion, إِذَا صَلَحَ صَلَحَ الْجَسَدُ كُلُّهُ وَإِذَا فَسَدَتْ فَسَدَ الْجَسَدُ كُلُّهُ أَلَا وَهِيَ الْقَلْبُ. A portion of the human being that if it is corrected, if it is clean and good, then the entire human being is going to be clean and good. If it is evil, then the entire human life is going to be evil. That is that conscience, that heart, that mind, that feelings in him. If it is bad already, then no matter what you have, it's not going to give you that comfort you are supposed to enjoy with that thing that Allah has given you. And if it is good, then in the glorious Quran, when Allah Ta'ala was informing us about the importance of cleaning that portion, He swore by so many things in this dunya. وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا وَالْقَمَرِ إِذَا تَلَاهَا وَالنَّهَارِ إِذَا جَلَّاهَا وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَغْشَاهَا وَالسَّمَاءِ وَمَا بَنَاهَا وَالْأَرْضِ وَمَا طَحَاهَا وَالنَّفْسِ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا. Then he said, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. Indeed, he is truly successful. He has succeeded. Man zakkaha, the one who purifies it. Who purifies it. That means that an-nafs. Who purifies it. وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. Indeed, he is destroyed and condemned. The person that corrupts that particular portion of his creation, and that is the heart and the mind and the conscience. So in Jannah, that one will be removed. Because in Jannah, no dweller of Jannah should feel disturbed or worried. Even though stations in Jannah varies. Stations in Jannah varies according to what you have done here in this dunya. But Allah will remove that ill feelings. Allah will remove that envy. Allah will remove that in the hearts of the people of Jannah so that they can have comfort of stay there. So it means if you have that disease of envy, you can never be comfortable. And that is why one of the things that destroy someone who became enslaved to money is always trying to compete with the other person. Try to compete with the other person. So at the end, you will never be satisfied with what you have. You want to be the richest person in your community, the richest person in your town, the richest person in your city, the richest person in your country, maybe the richest person in your region. And if you are the richest person at the global world, then you don't want to become the second, you want to be the first. So that's when you enter Jannah, Allah removes that particular feelings. So Allah Ta'ala said, وَنَزَعْنَا مَا فِي صُدُورِهِمْ مِنْ غِلٍّ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهِمُ الْأَنْهَارُ. So وَنَزَعْنَا, we now removed مَا فِي صُدُورِهِمْ, that is in their heart or in their chest or in their mind, مِنْ غِلٍّ, regarding that ill feelings. That ill feelings, why should this have more than me? Why is it that I'm not having up to this and the other person is having? Then hasad will come. And hasad, as scholar says, is when you begin to be feeling that that thing that that particular person has, why should he have it? Let it disappear so that I have it. Or let him miss it, even if I didn't get it. May Allah protect us. Why should he be the one? Why not me? There is gibta that is acceptable in Islam. Gibta is you also wish to be like the person, but not having any ill feeling towards what he has. Maybe you have seen someone Allah endowed with money, or with knowledge, or with wisdom, or with whatever good thing. He is using it in a way and manner that is pleasing to Allah. Say, oh Allah, I wish I'm also like this person. There is nothing bad in that. You want to be like him so that you do the good things that he is doing. This one is okay. But for you feeling, why should he be that? Why not me? And why shouldn't I be? And this, and that. Then it will earn you to earn the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's just like the issue of enmity, hatred, as a result of maybe one thing or the other that happened between you and the other person. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, every Thursdays and Mondays, the gate of Jannah will be open so that people can be admitted easily. Like during Ramadan, there are periods that the gate of Jannah usually opened, meaning become easier for people to enter. One of those periods is during Ramadan. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, when Ramadan comes, the gate of Jannah will be opened widely, meaning inviting people to enter. The gate of hell will be locked, meaning it will be very difficult for people to get there in there. Then on Thursdays and Mondays, Rasulullah said also the gate of Jannah used to be open for people that are not associating partner to Allah Ta'ala, so that opportunities can be given for them to enter. But he said except two people. Two people. Who are those people? The people that have that ill feelings among themselves. It will be said, these people, they should be delayed. Let them not come closer to this forgiveness until they reconcile among themselves. Until they reconcile among themselves. And that's why it's not allowed for a Muslim to hold that enmity between him and his brother Muslim for this particular long period of time. Scholars says even if there is bad feeling that you should have against someone because of human nature, it shouldn't exceed 3 days. That's what scholars says. It shouldn't exceed 3 days. If it exceeds 3 days, then you are taking yourself into another position that is not going to be pleasant to you. May Allah protect us. So in Jannah, وَنَزَعْنَا مَا فِي صُدُورِهِمْ مِنَ غِلٍّ, that envy, that ill feelings will be removed, so that they will remain in Jannah ikhwana, like brothers, all enjoying. Even if there is anything feeling, one will see that maybe his Jannah is not as wide as the other one. He will be feeling that, oh, had he done good things, he will also get that one. That's all. Not quarreling, why should the other person have, and why is it that I'm not having? So, تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهِمُ الْأَنْهَارِ, they will enjoy the favors of Allah that beneath it, the river will be flowing, meaning they will be comfortable. وَقَالُوا الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ الَّذِي هَدَانَا لِهَذَا وَمَا كُنَّا لِنَهْتَدِيَ لَوْلَا أَنْ هَدَانَا اللَّهُ. And those admitted into Jannah will be appreciating and thanking Allah. وَقَالُوا, they will say, Alhamdulillah, all praises and appreciations are due to Allah, الَّذِي هَدَانَا لِهَذَا, who guided us to this. It's Allah that guided us to be admitted into Jannah. So all thanks and glorifications and appreciation are due to Him. And that's one attribute of good people also. Attribute of good people, they always appreciate Allah for whatever they get. They do not claim that yes, it is what they have done that earned them that. It is being reported that some people, a way of Jannah might be created for them, and then they will be asked, why do you feel you are coming into this Jannah? The other person said, yes, I've been doing good things, I've done this, I've done this, I've done that. Then it will be exposed and made clear to him for so many bounties of Allah in this dunya as compared to what he has done in terms of obedience to Allah. And he will see that there is nothing that he has done that is worth getting those particular blessings from Allah of Jannah. So from there he will answer that yes, it's not his day. So he will enter Jannah with the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nobody enters Jannah because he has earned it by himself. No, it is by the rahmah of Allah ta'ala. That's the grace and the rahmah and the gift of Allah ta'ala. But do your bit so that you will be able to get that grace of Allah ta'ala. That does not mean you fold your hand again. You say it is by grace. Yes, the grace is what will show you doing good things, and at the end, you will not get final admission by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Someone came to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one close person to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has been, attaching himself with Rasul in terms of doing the routine job for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the Prophet asked him, he said, ask me, request from me whatever you want. Just tell me your request. What do you need? Ask me anything you need. Imagine if the Prophet should ask you, tender your request to me, anything you need, I will give you. In this context, some people will begin to ask for money, or position, or something. He said, As'aluka murafaqataka fil jannah. Ask anything you want. He said, all I'm asking you, I want to be your neighbor in paradise. That's all. And this person doesn't have money, he's suffering life. Rasul said, ask me what do you need? He said, I just want to be your neighbor. About this dunya, just leave me with the suffering, no problem. I just want to be your neighbor in Jannah. Murafaqataka fil Jannah. And then Rasul then said, okay, a'inni ala nafsika bi kathrati sujud. Therefore, what you help me on your part. You want Jannah? No problem. But help me on your part with a lot of sujud. Meaning serve Allah diligently well. And that will be easy. So Rasul didn't say, I have sold the Jannah to you. Or I have given it to you, go, you are entering Jannah. No. A'inni ala nafsika bi kathrati sujud. Help me on your own part by doing a lot of sujood. Appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know one thing with sujood? Sujood is the highest peak of humility. And is the highest peak of submission to Allah. It's the highest peak of showing Allah His greatness subhanahu wa ta'ala. That state of sujood. And that is why some will say, what is salat? Salat entirely, prayer, salat. Salat is sujood. All what you are doing in salat is preparing for sujood. So you go, you perform ablution, you clean yourself, you enter the masjid, you say Allahu Akbar, and glorify Allah, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, go for your ruku, go. You are targeting what? Sujood. So that everything is targeting sujood. So your own ablution, your own preparation, and that's why the place of salat is called what? Masjid, where you do the sujood. So that's the highest peak. And that's why Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, that is when a servant is closest to Allah. At the point of sujood, feel humbled. That humility and humbleness will come in you. Remember the greatness and power of Allah. So you say, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. Glory be to Allah, Al-A'la, the Most High. You know, everything in life, Islam is teaching us and teaching us to be what? To be humble. When you say Allahu Akbar, you said everything is insignificant other than Allah is Akbar. Everything is insignificant. Nothing is great. Whether you're worried, whether you're concerned, whether what you have, whatever, everything is insignificant. Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. So you throw everything away and then you surrender to Allah. Then you begin now the prayer. Oh Allah, وجهت وجهي للذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا وما أنا من المشركين إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين لا شريك له وبذلك أمرت وأنا أول المسلمين. You now humble yourself to Allah. My prayers, my sacrifices, my life, my death, all belongs to Allah. He has no partner. And it is with this I was instructed, and I am the first to submit myself to Allah. Then we begin recitation. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. All praises and adoration and appreciation are due to Allah. Rabbil Alameen, the Lord of the entire existence. Al-Alam, kullu ma siwa Allah. Anything other than Allah, Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Malik Yawmiddin, who is the king or the honor on the day of resurrection, on the day of judgment. إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. Oh Allah, you alone I worship, and you alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. I am surrendering myself to you, worshiping you alone, seeking for your assistance alone. And the first thing I need is Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim, Allah. Guide me, my movement, every second, let me be guided to the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Every moment of my life, I need to remain on the path of guidance. I need to remain Sirat al-Mustaqim. What is the path of guidance? Sirat al-Ladhina an'amta alayhim, oh my Lord. It is the path of those you have favored. Who are those you have favored? من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن أولئك رفيقا. That's the path I want you to guide me. غير المغضوب عليهم. Not the path of those that are in your anger. People who know the truth but they suppress it. People who know what is right but out of arrogance they reject it. Not that path. ولا الضالين. Not the path of those that have gone astray, thinking that they are doing right thing whereas it is wrong. So you say, Ameen, oh Allah, accept this from me. Then you recite a portion of the glorious Quran. Qul huwallahu ahad. Say Allah is one, unique alone. Allahu samad, Allah on whom all depends. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He begets not, nor was he begotten. Wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. And there is none comparable unto him. You finish, you say, Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest. Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. You glorify Allah. So you see, salat is submission to Allah. Glorifying Allah, praising Allah, humbling yourselves. And that's why there is no ibadah as clean, as decent, as excellent as salat. And you search all the religions, there is none that is as salat, like salat. So thank Allah for being Muslim. And thank Allah if you find comfort in salat. Thank Allah if you feel in your salat, you are conversating with Allah. Al-Musalli yunaji rabbahu. Whoever is observing salat is having conversation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you now do that. Allahu Akbar, Sami Allahu liman hamida, Allahu had. All those who glorify and praise him, he has had that. And he has accepted. And he is hearing that. Nothing escaped him. Then you go for sujood, Allahu Akbar, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal. So this now is what gives the comfort of the mind. In the entire salat, you appreciate Allah. When you finish, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Peace of Allah and His mercy and rahmah be upon you all. The same thing upon you. And you finish your salat. So those that are admitted into Jannah, the first thing they will do is say, oh Allah, alhamdulillah, alladhi hadana li hadha. We thank Allah that guided us to this. We thank Him. And the same thing in Islam. Wallahi, thank Allah for guiding you to Islam. It's not your power, it's not your intelligence, it's not your whatever. It's the guidance of Allah, it's the gift of Allah. There are some people probably out there more intelligent than you, more intelligent, more educated than you in terms of worldly things. But some of them might be worshipping flowers or cows that you eat or other things. They might be very intelligent in terms of worldly things, could reach the highest peak. But if you ask them, with all this thing you have, after death, what will happen in the grave? They don't know. So you see, you are above them there. So thank Allah for the guidance of Islam. There was a situation where people came for Hajj. People came and they were gathered. Everyone supplicating, everyone praying. One of them said, Alhamdulillah, bi ni'matil Islam, wa kafa biha ni'ma. All praises, oh Allah, I thank you for the guidance of Islam. The guidance of Islam is enough a blessing. The Prophet ﷺ said, I saw angels competing to write the reward of this, saying that I thank Allah for guiding me to Islam. So are we appreciating and thanking Allah for guiding us to Islam? Some of us are only proud, that's all, that my great-grandfather is a Muslim, this one is a new convert. Who told you you are better than a new convert? Because the person that accepted Islam recently might even be at more advantage than you. Because all his sins are wiped up. He is starting a life afresh. While you have lot and heap of so many other wrong things that you have done while a Muslim. So a new person in Islam might even be greater than you in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing for you to be proud that my great-grandparents are Muslims. Yes, it could be a favor that Allah has done to you that you have that. There's an opportunity. So thank Allah for being Muslim. And also look at those other people that are not guided in your country. People following other religions. People misguided. You sympathize with their situation. You sympathize with their situation. You look at yourself, you thank Allah. Like we are talking about bowing down, prostrating, being comfortable, serving Allah, praising Allah. Some people are dancing, thinking that they are worshiping Allah. Some people are dancing and singing, and to them that's worshiping Allah. But you, Allah guided you to understand that, no, that's not what you should do to Allah. This is rather what you should do to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So thank Allah for guiding you to Islam. And sympathize with those ones that were not guided to Islam. And then have that particular courage, zeal, intention, and will that you guide one among them. Even if it is one person. Even if it is one person. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لَأَنْ يَهْدِيَ اللَّهُ بِكَ رَجُلًا وَاحِدًا خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنْ حُمُرِ النَّعَمِ. He was telling Ali bin Abi Talib, for you to guide just one person, you will earn a reward of imaginable quantity, types of reward. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَقَالُوا الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ الَّذِي هَدَانَا لِهَذَا وَمَا كُنَّا لِنَهْتَدِيَ لَوْلَا أَنْ هَدَانَا اللَّهُ. If Allah had not guided us, we wouldn't have been guided. If Allah had not shown us this, we wouldn't have been guided. And that's why even in dunya, we used to say, ihdina sirat al-mustaqim. So that guidance Allah has shown us now. So if you are not asking for Allah that guidance in this dunya, how will you get that guidance in akhirah? So in this dunya, ihdina sirat al-mustaqim, ihdina sirat al-mustaqim. After you die, you see that hidayah. Say, alhamdulillah, alladhi hadana lihada. So we thank Allah that have guided us to this now, to the path of peace, that is the path of Jannah. وَمَا كُنَّا لِنَهْتَدِيَ. We wouldn't have been guided لَوْلَا أَنْ هَدَانَ اللَّهُ, if Allah had not guided us. لَقَدْ جَاءَتْ رُسُلُ رَبِّنَا بِالْحَقِّ. Indeed, جَاءَتْ رُسُلُ رَبِّنَا. The messengers of our Lord have come with the truth. The message they came with were actually the truth. We've accepted that message. We were believers. We followed the message. And this is now what we have found as a result of that message. So that message is actually the truth. Who will see this? Those that were fortunate to be admitted into Jannah because they have followed the guidance that Allah Ta'ala sent. But for those that refuse to follow the guidance, we will see what Allah will tell us. Because now you see, we are like migrating to Akhirah now. Do you get that? You know, we discussed about before coming to this dunya, during Adam alayhi salam, what happened before coming to dunya. And then we discussed in this dunya the competition between good and evil. Now we are migrating to Akhirah, so that we see the picture of what will happen there. And that's the subsequent, whatever we are going to get now. The subsequent information we are going to be getting now is regarding what will happen there in Akhirah, if you believe in it. So one of those things Allah started by those being guided to Jannah. May Allah include us among them. لَقَدْ جَاءَتْ رُسُلُ رَبِّنَا بِالْحَقِّ وَنُودُوا أَنْ تِلْكُمُ الْجَنَّةِ. An announcement will be made. That was the Jannah. Yes, that was the Jannah you have been informed. In this dunya, you are all told, isn't it? Do this and do that, do this and do that, avoid this, avoid that. So that is the Jannah that you are now witnessing. Tilkumul Jannah. Uristumuha bima kuntum ta'malun. You have been now handed over this Jannah. Uristumuha. You have been handed over this Jannah. It's as if you have inherited it. It has become your personal property. You know, if you inherit something, it's become your own, isn't it? So the Jannah has become your own. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنِ اللَّغْوِ مُعْرِضُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِفُرُوجِهِمْ حَافِظُونَ إِلَّا عَلَى أَزْوَاجِهِمْ أَوْ مَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُهُمْ فَإِنَّهُمْ غَيْرُ مَلُومِينَ فَمَنِ ابْتَغَى وَرَاءَ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْعَادُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وَعَهْدِهِمْ رَاعُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَلَى صَلَوَاتِهِمْ يُحَافِظُونَ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْوَارِثُونَ. These are the people that will inherit. And that Allah declared that they are successful. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Believers, without doubt, they are successful. If you are a Muslim believer, don't have doubt. You have succeeded. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. But to be that believer that have succeeded, Allah itemized some qualities and attributes. الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. In their salat, they are humble. They fear Allah in the salat. They are not playing with salat. They are not just people that are joking with salat. الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. They are not like that. They take the salah with all the seriousness, with the humility, with the concentration. So these people, they control their tongue, they control their speeches, they control their utterances. They don't engage in vain talks. They don't engage in all this lagu al-qawl. They care for others. They share their wealth with others. They are morally upright. They don't go for zina, adultery, or fornication. They never do that. If they want to satisfy that lust or desire, they go to their partners, their mates, their wives, the couples that Allah joined them. Whoever wants to satisfy his lust, his desire, his sexual urge, outside that this, those are the real terrorists, that committed the worst crime. They are the ones. Then Allah continued and mentioned, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَلَى صَلَوَاتِهِمْ يُحَافِظُونَ. They take care of the time of salat. They are the people that أَحَدِهِمْ رَاءُونَ. They take care of their promises, they fulfill their promises, all these things. They are there, Allah says, أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْوَارِثُونَ. They are the ones to inherit. Inherit what? Al-Jannah. So Allah is now saying, now وَنُودُوا أَن تِلْكُمُ الْجَنَّةُ أُورِثْتُمُوهَا. You have been given this Al-Jannah to inherit it. Why are you inheriting it? As said by Allah, بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. What you have done in the world, that is the reward now you are seeing. What you have done in the world, Allah is now repaying. بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. What you have done, it's not tamanni. It's not just that way, that sort of claims. It's not claim that, yes, I'm a Muslim, yes, I'm this, and that. No, if you are a Muslim, what are you doing with Islam? Yes, I'm a believer, yes, I'm a believer. What are you doing with the belief? Allah talks about belief and good deeds. Al-Iman wal-Amal salih. So the Jannah will be given, and that's why it's going to be shared based on what you have done in this dunya. Yes, by the rahmah of Allah, with the grace of Allah, you enter Jannah, but the grades that you are going to be placed will be based on what you have done. So, and that is why فَاسْتَبِقُوا الْخَيْرَاتِ سَابِقُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ فَاسْتَبِقُوا الْخَيْرَاتِ وَفِي ذَلِكَ فَلْيَتَنَافَسِ الْمُتَنَافِسُونَ. If there is any competition, compete in these good deeds. If there is anything that you should try to overtake the other person, is in doing what will earn you the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that you get admission into Jannah بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. Allah ta'ala وَنَادَى أَصْحَابُ الْجَنَّةِ. Now,
ونادى أصحاب الجنة أصحاب النار أن قد وجدنا ما وعدنا ربنا حقا فهل وجدتم ما وعد ربكم حقا قالوا نعم فأذن مؤذن بينهم اللعنة الله على الظالمين.
you know, one of the things that will make you to appreciate what Allah has done to you is to see the other person that is denied that favor, and you appreciate what Allah has done to you. And that is why Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is always telling us regarding this world, this dunya, always look at those below you so that you can appreciate Allah. If it is money, if it is knowledge, if it is power, if it is whatever, look at those below you. You will appreciate Allah. But if it is competing to earn the reward of Allah, look at those ahead of you so that you can try to gear up in order to go and meet them. So Allah Ta'ala told us in Jannah to give more satisfaction to the people of Jannah, to make them feel comfortable, and to make them appreciate the more of what Allah has done to them. Allah will show them the situation of the people of hell, so that they cannot appreciate, then Allah indeed has done something to us. Look at what Allah has done to you. Remember we mentioned that in last of one of our discussions here, that one of the things that will help you to grow and succeed in this dunya is appreciation, isn't it? You appreciate what Allah has done to you. Look down, look onto yourself, look around you and see the favors of Allah Ta'ala. In Nigeria, Allah has so much blessed us. Allah has so much blessed us, abundance of blessings. What we need to do is to look at these blessings and appreciate Allah and see how Allah will do with us with this appreciation. Not complaining, accusing others. Appreciate. How do we appreciate Allah? Use it in the way that Allah wants us to use it. That's appreciation. And from there, He will increase it for us. And from there, He will make it to be useful to us. And from there, we'll benefit from it. But the problem is, out of the three things that we are expected to use the blessings of Allah, we probably did not do the right one that we are supposed to. What are the three ways? If Allah endowed and bless you with something, what should you do first? Benefit yourself. Then do what? Benefit others. And next, avoid wastage. Anything Allah bless you with, benefit yourself and then thank Allah. Assist others and then you'll be happy. Then avoid wastage, Allah will maintain it. So if Allah gives us resources, if Allah gives you anything, and you refuse to be guided by these three things, then it becomes ni'mah instead of ni'mah. There's a difference between ni'mah and ni'mah. It's just a dot. Ni'mah means blessing and ni'mah means calamity, punishment. If Allah gives you something, you refuse to use it the way you are supposed to use it, become a trial, a calamity, and a punishment to you. May Allah protect us. So Allah Ta'ala said, He will show the people of Jannah to see the people of hell. As we say, this is now a picture. Do you get that? That Allah has given us. And you see one of the wonders of Allah in this dunya. Allah Ta'ala says He will continue to show us His ayat in this dunya so that people will come until when we realize that Allah is the truth. You see technology bringing so many things to us. If it were those days, and you said someone that is in a country like Nigeria, for example, with this hot sort of climatic situation now we are in, and then with very little, passing through a lot of pains in terms of economic problems, maybe suffering, maybe battling, maybe this, and then you see someone enjoying, and even talk to him, about that enjoyment, why can't you help me somewhere? Or you are enjoying, you see someone suffering, and say, why can't you help me with that thing that, can I get assistance? Like 200-300 years ago, one would begin to be imagining how would that happen, isn't it? How would that happen? But how about today? How about today with technology? If I tell you, you can see the people that are enjoying in the best place of enjoyment in the global world, and you can talk to the person, he talks to you. You ask him that, why are you there and you didn't invite me? And then he say, well, it's your problem. That is what left you. You didn't buy the ticket, the air ticket. That's why you didn't come. In today's technology of today, is it surprising? Is it surprising? Why? Because of the level of technology we have, isn't it? Today you can talk to somebody in all parts of the globe, and he can talk to you. 300-400 years ago, if you say, for example, someone is in Kaaba and doing tawaf, and I'm here in Nigeria, I will see him doing tawaf. I say, look, please, before you finish that tawaf, put me in your prayers. 300-400 years ago, will you believe me? You say, maybe this particular person started doing something. How about if today I tell you that someone is doing tawaf today, before I started Tafsir, I asked him to pray for me? Will you believe me? Why should you believe me? Technology. So you see, Quran is telling us the picture of what will happen in Jannah and hell after death. And that's why the ayahs of Allah that is being revealed gradually will tell you it's not surprising. If people earlier will say it's surprising, it's not. So Allah said, وَنَادَى أَصْحَابُ الْجَنَّةِ أَصْحَابَ النَّارِ وَنَادَى أَصْحَابُ الْجَنَّةِ أصحاب الجنة with Dhamma, أصحاب النار with Fataha. Meaning أصحاب الجنة will make a call, an announcement. They will now address the people of hell. وَنَادَى أَصْحَابُ الْجَنَّةِ The people of Jannah will address أصحاب النار. أَنْ قَدْ وَجَدْنَا مَا وَعَدَنَا رَبُّنَا حَقًّا فَهَلْ وَجَدْتُمْ مَا وَعَدَ رَبُّكُمْ حَقًّا. So the people of Jannah will now have conversation with the people of hell. They will say, oh, you people that are occupying that particular place, we have gotten the promise of Allah to us is true. All those promises that Allah promised, we have gotten it is true. We are now enjoying, we are now in peace, we are now comfortable, we are now this and that. That He said, let us sacrifice, we sacrifice and we see the reward of sacrifice. Let us fast, we fasted and we see the reward of fasting. Let us pray, we pray, we are seeing the reward of fasting. How about you there? فَهَلْ وَجَدْتُمْ مَا وَعَدَ رَبُّكُمْ حَقًّا. Have you seen the promise of Allah there to be true? Are you suffering there? So the conversation will take place. Allah Ta'ala said, وَقَالُوا نَعَمْ. They said it's true. It has happened. It has happened. So Allah is telling us conversation will now take place between those enjoying and those suffering. And everyone will confirm that what Allah said in dunya has actually happened now. And that is where they are. فَأَذَّنَ مُؤَذِّنٌ بَيْنَهُمْ أَنْ لَعْنَةُ اللَّهِ عَلَى الظَّالِمِينَ. فَأَذَّنَ مُؤَذِّنٌ بَيْنَهُمْ. An announcer will make an announcement that all of them will hear. بَيْنَهُمْ. An announcement will come. That's from the third party created by Allah. And He will say, لَعْنَةُ اللَّهِ عَلَى الظَّالِمِينَ. The curse of Allah have finally descended on the wrongdoers. Az-zulm. It were your wrongdoing that landed you there. The curse of Allah landed on the people that are wrongdoers. But those that are not wrongdoers, that is why they are the blessings of Allah Ta'ala. So it's a choice now for you in this dunya. Remember what happened before coming to this dunya. When Nabiuna Adam, alayhi salam, after eating that forbidden fruit, he ate that fruit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, Alam anhakuma antilkuma shajara. Wa aqullakuma inna shaytana lakuma aduwwun mubin. Didn't I warn you? I said, don't go closer to that tree. Shaitan is your enemy. Adam and Hawa, his wife, said, Qala rabbana zalamna anfusana. We have wronged ourselves. You see the consequences of wrongdoing. Zalimi. Zalamna anfusana. We have wronged ourselves. Wa in lam takfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna min al-khasirin. If you do not forgive us and have mercy on us, who will be among the khasirin, the losers. So these are the losers now that now ended up in hellfire. Not Adam and Hawa who asked Allah for forgiveness and He forgave them. Not that. I said earlier, it is not committing sin that is the problem, but realizing that you have committed wrong and come back to Allah. You can commit all kinds of sin. If you come back to Allah with sincere mind, Allah forgives you the sin. Even associating partner to Allah, Allah forgives. But if you seek for that forgiveness in this dunya before you die, Allah forgives in this dunya. So many people that became great in Islam, some of them were mushrikun earlier. But they now repented sincerely and Allah granted them the best in this dunya and the best will be there for them in akhirah. So what is there is for you to come back. No matter what you have committed of sin. No matter the error, no matter the wrong, no matter the evil. To Islam, Allah's forgiveness is spacious. And it's Allah that gives, not any individual. So come back to Allah. Nobody will sell the forgiveness of Allah. Come and pay somebody so that He will anoint you. Come and pay somebody, confess your sin before Him so that He will seek. No. It is between you and Allah. Ask for Allah's forgiveness. Allah is there, is forgiving and merciful. Come back to Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you refuse to come back, you have committed wrong against yourself, a zulm that you will have done against yourself. So Allah ta'ala said now, فَعَزَّنَ مُعَزِّنٌ بَيْنَهُمْ عَلَّا عَنَةُ اللَّهِ عَلَى الظَّالِمِينَ. Who are the الظالمين? الذين يصدون عن سبيل الله.
الذين يصدون عن سبيل الله ويبغونها عوجا وهم بالآخرة كافرون.
لعنة الله على الظالمين الذين يصدون عن سبيل الله ويبغونها عوجا وهم بالآخرة كافرون. Who are the الظالمين? Those people الظالمون that wronged themselves, that ended up into this terrible situation in hellfire, passing through all kinds of torments, no peace of mind, no rest, no comfort, no enjoyment. The next is always more terrible than the previous. Azaba Sa'ada. Every other day is worse than the previous day. That's hell. Every other day is better, is worse than the previous day. And that is how it will all continue. So Allah Ta'ala said, those people that have committed acts of wrongdoings, as zulm, either that they have done it against themselves, or assume against Allah, or between them and the creators of Allah. So those people that will end up with the curse of Allah and will remain condemned in that hell, الَّذِينَ يَصُدُّونَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, they are the ones that are always serving as blockage. They block ways of Allah Ta'ala. They never allow anything that Allah Ta'ala wants to scale through. Anything that is Allah is pleased with, they always try to stand as stumbling block. Yasuduna an sabilillah. Anything that Allah wants, they want to ensure that that thing did not happen. And that is why, even if you cannot promote good, don't be an obstacle to good things. You realize something good is about happening, even if you cannot help that good, you cannot partake in that good. Do not be a reason for denying that good to happen. You have caused a problem to yourself. So that's the first quality that Allah Ta'ala gave, attribute of those people that will end up being cursed by Allah. الَّذِينَ يَصُدُّونَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. Those that stand as block, as wage, as blockage, عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. And what is سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ? Anything that Allah is pleased with. Some people want to give sadaqah, I will say, don't give it, forget about it. Some people want to construct a masjid, you say, no, I will not allow it. Some people want to do something good, you say, no, it will never happen. Some people want to promote Islam, say, we will never do that. Some people want to, wallahi, you fear Allah, don't be in that particular position. الَّذِينَ يَصُدُّونَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ وَيَبْغُونَهَا عِوَجًا. They always want it to be bent, meaning they never want to see straight thing going. There are people in the community that are sadists. They never want to see someone enjoying or someone going straight or things moving. If they see things, everything is okay, they are not happy. Because there are people that always benefit from wrongdoings. They are there, they are only waiting for evil things to be happening. It is true that they survive. Some people survive on corruption. Some people survive on evil. Some people survive on all this kind of terrible things happening. Is it banditry? Is it kidnapping? Is it whatever? Are there no people under that are benefiting? There are benefiting from the lives of others. Others are being killed. The blood of others. Through that, some people are getting money. Through the blood of others, some people are growing. These are all the people that are the path of Allah. They always want it to be crooked. They want to sort of misinterpret or misrepresent the path of Allah. Like people now, there are people that are always after distorting facts. Yeah, are there people always after distorting the truth? so that they will make it to appear somehow that it will be hated. I mean, others will hate it. Like Islam now, so many people have done a lot in order to paint the image, to paint Islam black. Many things in the global world. Some people will go and kill and they will say Allahu Akbar. How can you say Allahu Akbar and take the life of someone that Allah created? How can you glorify Allah and then take the life that Allah Ta'ala created that He owns? Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Without Him permitting you, without the permission of Allah Ta'ala. How can you do that when Allah Ta'ala said He is a merciful Lord and He respects all that He created? Especially in terms of human being. When Allah said the glorious Quran, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. We have honored the children of Adam. Scholar says Bani Adam here means the Muslim, the non-Muslim, the believer, the non, all of them, if they are the children of Adam, Allah have given them a special honor for being human beings. Just for being human beings, Allah has honored those particular special species of creation that Allah created. And then you go and kill, you go and destroy, you go and maim, and you come back, you say you thank Allah. No, you are part of those that others are using to paint Islam black. May Allah protect us. So Allah Ta'ala says, وَيَبْغُونَهَا عِوَجًا. They want it to be bent. وَهُمْ بِالْآخِرَةِ كَافِرُونَ. In reality, they do not believe in akhirah. In reality, they do not believe in akhirah. So people with these three attributes, what are the three attributes? Denying, blocking the path of Allah for smooth sailing, and then black painting or trying to turn away the truth, and then lastly, never sincerely believing in akhirah. Because all they are doing in this dunya is for them to get the dunya. They kill because they want to get money. They maim because they want power and authority. They commit crime and atrocities because of this dunya. They never believe in akhirah. If they believe in akhirah, they wouldn't do it here. Because they know in akhirah, there is going to be consequences to their activity. So Allah said they do not believe in akhirah. Now,
وبينهما حجاب وعلى الأعراف رجال يعرفون كلا بسيماهم ونادوا أصحاب الجنة أن سلام عليكم لم يدخلوها وهم يطمعون.
Allah Ta'ala said, وَبَيْنَهُمَا حِجَابٌ وَعَلَى الْأَعْرَافِ رِجَالٌ يَعْرِفُونَ كُلًّا بِسِيمَاهُمْ وَنَادَوْا أَصْحَابَ الْجَنَّةِ أَنْ سَلَامٌ عَلَيْكُمْ لَمْ يَدْخُلُوهَا وَهُمْ يَطْمَعُونَ. We are migrating to Akhirah now, giving the picture of what will happen after death now. The picture of what will happen, where you see people enjoying, people suffering, and people that... So Allah is giving us another third categories of people after death. People of Jannah, people of hell, and people in the middle. From where we got the name Al-Araf, Surah Al-Araf. So Allah is telling us in the picture of what will happen in Jannah after death. Allah said, وَبَيْنَهُمَا hijab. There is going to be a barrier between the two. Hijab. So don't think that they are together. Like in this dunya, when you now talk about the people conversating with people in terrible punishment, you know, there is this issue of you can have maybe earthquake somewhere or a very terrible punishment. And then you can be here talking to those people. Do this, do that, isn't it? But there's a hijab between you and them that denied you to suffer what they are suffering and for them to. So in Jannah, there's a barrier. There's a barrier. Even if they discuss, even if they have conversation, even if they talk, even what they ever, there's a hijab. Ubaydahuma hijabun. Between the people of hell and the people of Jannah, there's a barrier. That is what separates them. So that separation, وَعَلَى الْأَعْرَافِ رِجَالٌ. Between separation, at the height of its elevation, there are other categories of people. Not yet admitted in Jannah and not finally in hellfire. So those people that are yet to be there, Al-A'raf, Rijalu Yarifuna Kullam Bisimahum, they will identify all with their signs. They will identify the people of hell, they will identify the people of Jannah, even if they have not yet been admitted. Scholar says the people of Jannah will be identified by the beautiful light coming from their portion that they used to serve Allah Ta'ala. From their forehead, from their hands, from their knees. All those joints that they used to serve Allah will be bright on the day of Al-Qiyamah. That will make it different from the one that have never put his forehead on the ground to serve Allah Ta'ala. Who has never put his forehead on the ground. He has never washed his hands clean just to serve Allah. There will be darkness all over. It will not be identified. For those people performing ablution, for those people bowing and prostrating, putting their forehead, that place will be bright. That anywhere from far you can see, even from far, if there are bright lights, isn't it? In darkness, you see bright lights. You identify there is differences, isn't it? It's just like technology of these days. If you are you are coming on the air and you are coming closer to a very big city, what do you begin to be seeing? You will be seeing those lights. You know you are arriving. But if you are coming to a town where the light is off, you know neighbor, what will happen? You will not see that one, isn't it? You just come and land. May Allah assist us. There was a time we were coming somewhere. Well, I don't want to mention the town and even the district, but we are coming. When we arrived, we were told that we have arrived somewhere. You know that yes, this is this appears. I don't want to mention. Yes, this appears to be our place. May Allah assist us. So you see the picture of Jannah. May Allah admit us in Jannah. Yes, the picture of Jannah. You will see those bright ones. Those are the people of Jannah. You will see them clearly separated from those that are not. You see when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was saying about people that have money, resources, power, and they were tied to it, and they died. Allah ta'ala said, كم تركوا من جنات وعيون وزروع ومقام كريم ونعمة كانوا فيها فاكهين كذلك وأورثناها قوما آخرين فما بكت عليهم السماء والأرض وما كانوا منذرين. Those people that have mansions, gardens, money, resources, and this, many of them died and left it behind. And when they died and left it behind, فما بكت عليهم السماء والأرض, the earth, the surface of the earth never cried for them, never felt their absence. Some scholars say this al-art will feel the absence of some people and will even cry. This earth will feel the absence of some people and will even cry. Who are those people? The people that used to put their forehead on it. The people that used to trek on it to go and do good deeds. By the time they die, the earth, the ground will be crying, oh, that particular servant that used to put his forehead, now he's gone. So it will feel your absence. That place you used to do sujood will cry for you. Do a lot of sujood. And Rasulullah says, A'inni ala nafsika bi kathrati sujood. Do a lot of sujood. There are some people that where they have done sujood cannot be counted. Are you part of that? Ahmad says, Inshallah. Where you have done sujood can never be counted. Because some have spent over 60 years doing sujood every time. 5 times a day. And in the night. And some sujood. Those places will serve as a witness on the day of Al-Qiyamah that yes, someone lived on the surface of the earth on me, and he used to put his forehead on the ground. So that particular forehead, those particular washings that you wash in order for ablution, will show who you are on the day of Al-Qiyamah. And those that do not have this, they never put their forehead on the ground. They never wash and clean. And that is why even Jesus Christ, he used to wash his own part of the body. He used to put his forehead on the ground. All the prophets, they used to do that. All the prophets, they used to put their forehead on the ground. All of them. From Adam to Nabiuna Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. They used to put their forehead on the ground. The Muslims used to put their forehead on the ground. They used to wash their joints. All the prophets, go and read the Bible. They used to wash their joints. And the prophet used to do that. And that is why Allah Ta'ala is now saying, the people of hell, وَعَلَى الْأَعْرَافِ رِجَالٌ, there will be some creatures, some men, some people, rijal, not necessarily men by gender. There will be some people that يَعْرِفُونَ كُلًّا بِسِيمَاهُمْ. They will identify both the people of hell and the people of Jannah بِسِيمَاهُمْ with their signs. They will identify them with their signs. And those are the beautiful signs mentioned. The white signs, the bright signs of the people that are in Jannah, and the dark spots of the people of hell. يَعْرِفُونَ كُلًّا بِسِيمَاهُمْ وَنَادَوْا أَصْحَابَ الْجَنَّةِ وَنَادَوْا أَصْحَابَ الْجَنَّةِ. So these people that are not yet admitted into Jannah, those ones that are not yet admitted into Jannah, and salamun alaykum, they will be saying, salamun alaykum, peace be unto you. Peace be unto you, salamun alaykum. A confirmed peace on you. You are enjoying. You are there, comfortable. And that's why in this dunya, the greetings of Islam is what? Assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum. If you finish salat, you say what? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, assalamu alaikum. So the greetings of people of Jannah, assalamu alaikum. So even the people of Arab that are not yet admitted in Jannah, they will identify the people of Jannah, and salamun alaikum. Indeed, that peace of Allah is on you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and salamun alaikum, lam yadkhuluha wa hum yatma'un. This category in the middle, have not yet entered into that Jannah. But wahum yatma'un, they have that particular tama in their mind. They have that particular feelings that we are also, do you get that? But they have not yet been admitted. So that's why we're going to stop today of time. Meaning in Jannah, we will see people that are righteous and good. And in hell, there will be those particular people that are arrogant, those particular people that are committing injustice, those particular people that are committing atrocities. They will be there. And conversation will erupt between the two of them. And don't tell me how this will happen. Allah have shown you technology in this dunya at least, so that you can reflect and think about that. I pray Allah Ta'ala assists us. So the choice is what? The choice is ours. And we're talking about attitudinal change, attitude, isn't it? All these things, if you look at how the people of Jannah finally got admitted into Jannah, there were certain things they did, there are certain things accepted by Allah, and there are certain things they committed themselves on. And the people that end up in hellfire, there are certain things they did, there are certain things they committed their life on, and then see how their end also happened to be. And then we see the Ashabul A'raf. Scholars say the Ashabul A'raf, these are special people that they are not yet being declared that they should enter Jannah, and they are also not declared to enter hell, because their good deeds and bad deeds have become equal in measurement. You remember Allah Ta'ala said, Al-waznu yawma idhin al-haq, faman thaqulat mawazinuhu. You remember that? Allah Ta'ala told us that there's going to be a scale of measurement. And those people that have heavy will enter Jannah, those ones that have light will enter hell. So here are people that their own is balanced. So they will stay in between. But Allah Ta'ala will tell us what will happen at the end of it. I pray Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala assist us and guide us and be with us. So inshallah we are stopping here. And I pray whatever I said which is correct and right, may Allah reward me and reward you and assist us to implement the best out of it. And whatever I say which is wrong, may Allah forgive me and you and take it away from our minds, our hearts, and assist us to get correction, and we follow the best out of it. Inshallah, we stop here. There are some questions before we finally round up. This one says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Madam, please, I need your prayer for my unmarried daughters, Allahu Akbar, who have not yet found a husband. Kindly help us pray for pious ones. Jazakumullah. This father is a righteous father, or maybe mother, I don't know who wrote it, is praying, oh Allah, grant her daughters righteous husbands. I pray for Allah Ta'ala to accept her prayers, or accept his prayers, and also grant us like that. Some of us are also blessed. I'm blessed with more than 6 or 7 daughters myself. Yes, and our prayers is for them to also get righteous husbands. Why? Because certainly getting a righteous partner is a very big a sort of issue now. Or a righteous wife. These are very, very serious issues, especially at our time. Yes, you can see someone who will come to you and with very beautiful face, very beautiful voice, very beautiful talk, but you don't know what is in him. And you work with what is manifested before you. And if you give your daughter to such person, you have entrusted her life completely to him. He will be the first person she will share her secret with before you. He will be the first person to know her secrets before you. He will be the first person to benefit from her before you. She will be the first person to benefit. So the person you are handing over your daughter to, you have to be highly prayerful. Who is that person to marry my daughter? You have to be prayerful. So that's why this parent is now writing this. It's not for a joke. Every righteous father or mother is praying to Allah to grant his or her children, daughters, righteous husbands, especially seeing what is going on in this dunya. But there is a way, my respected mother or father who wrote this, there is a way. One, pray to Allah yourself. And we join you in this prayer. And we pray to Allah also for ourselves. And then the next thing, if you want to give a husband, if you want to give your daughter to a husband, somebody who wanted to marry your husband, and Rasul told us the formula. Look for 2 things. Look for what? 2 things. إِذَا أَتَاكُمْ مَنْ تَرْضَوْنَ دِينَهُ وَخُلُقَهُ فَزَوِّجُوهُ. Whoever want to marry your daughter, search for 2 things. make investigation to search for two things. One, his religious background, Dino. Secondly, his character. Once you confirm this, don't ask about his tribe. Don't ask about his status in the community or society. Do not ask about all other things. Ask for these two things. Find out. There is nothing harm for a father, for someone to come to him who has memorized Quran, who has beard, who has day, he has everything, and said, I want to marry your daughter. I said, no, wait. He will go and find out about the religion of that person. How do you find about the religion of the person? Not by appearance, not by the way he presents himself. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told us about religion. He said, La imana liman la amanata lah, wa la dina liman la ahada lah. There is no iman to someone who doesn't have amana. So go and find out about that brother's amana. Go and find out about that brother's fulfillment of promises. Is he someone that is reliable? Is he someone that always fulfills promises? Is he someone that is this? And then he come to you, even if it is from Sabbih isma rabbikal a'la to An-Nas, he can recite, and then he has religious distinct. He is the religious person. Not the one that memorizes the whole Quran, but is a betrayer. You can't trust him. He tells lies. He betrays this. He camouflages and he do this, he deceives. That is not the person. Then the second, khuluqahu, his character. One will begin to ask, okay, what is the character? Now, what's the difference between religion and character? No, character, that is what Rasulullah said, I was raised so that I should fulfill this particular makarim al-akhlaq, excellent character. And that makarim al-akhlaq has been explained. You see someone that is forgiving. You see someone that is respecting others. You see someone that is, all this one that they are the akhlaq, the character. So once you confirm that the person that wants to marry your daughter, he has those attributes of religion, he has this attribute of good character, do not wait. Give your daughter to such person to marry. She will be protected. If he doesn't have money, Allah will bless their sitting together. If he doesn't have this, Allah will bless. And the marriage is all about blessing. It's not about money. And that's why after the marriage, Rasul's prayer will always be, Barakallahu laka. May Allah bless. Wa barakallahu alayka. Wa jama'a baynakuma fil khayr. Wallahi, marriage is blessings. If Allah bless a marriage where the husband and the wife are battling with life, but they are people with religion and character, that battling of life would not cause trouble or harm to the parents or to the society. But if there is lacking of barakah, no matter the wealth or the resources or the position, haven't you seen a woman marrying a very rich and comfortable person, but suffering inside her? Haven't you seen that? Because it is not all about the fiscal position. Then again, for the brothers looking for wives also, it is not all that came in hijab, in niqab, and beautifully reciting Quran and this. It is not enough, but it's a good sign. It's a good sign. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, people used to marry women because of their beauty, because of their family background, because of their level of economic class, maybe the level of her certificate or employment or whatever, isn't it? Rasul say, alayka bidhati din, go for a religious sister. Who is a religious sister that day? We have mentioned, isn't it? La dina. So Allah told us the religion. You will see if she is religious, you will see her, it's not the number of memorization she has memorized. It's not the number of this, but she will have gotten moderately of this, but you will see that he is going to be someone that is submissive to religious teachings. And from there, if you get this kind of daughter, also go and marry her. So the issue of marrying and being on time, the issue of this, as said earlier, yes, is good. We all pray for good partners for our children. We all pray for our children, male children, to get righteous wives. And we pray for Allah to make our wives to be righteous as well. And we also pray for our husbands, our male children to get righteous wives, and our female daughters to get righteous husbands. And I pray we are also righteous to our own wives. It is from there you get the society right. Because the home is suffering, the society is suffering. If the home can get it right, the society will get it right. And that is why we're talking about good parenting. Good parenting, Very, very important for the growth and development of our society. May Allah forgive us. Inshallah, we stop here. We will attend to other questions if Allah spare our life tomorrow. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وآل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم ربنا أتمم لنا نورنا واغفر لنا إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. اللهم يسر أمورنا، اللهم اشرح صدورنا، اللهم تقبل صيامنا وقيامنا ودعاءنا واجعلنا من عبادك الصالحين الراشدين. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. وبارك على محمد وآل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.